if you have been feeling like the end of 2025 is going to be a massive breakthrough, a massive turning point for you, you're right. And that is what we are going to be getting in to today's episode. So, this is October 2025 when I am recording this, and we're on the tail end of eclipse season. We had eclipse season in September. Eclipses are agents of fate. Eclipses take what we need to be taken out of our lives and bring whatever needs to be brought into our lives. And this eclipse season felt very in your face. I literally feel like the universe, God, was looking at us humans like we were little like players on a Monopoly board, and God, a universe, was picking us up from one part of the playing board and plopping us to another area of the playing board. Personally, I had very fast changes occur in my life. I moved suddenly. If you can't tell, we're in a new space with this YouTube video. If you're on YouTube, I finally got my podcast studio. I finally got my little pink podcasting couch, and it happened fast. So fast. And I know a lot of other people were experiencing really fast changes and shifts in their life during eclipse season. So, what does this have to do with the rest of 2025, you may ask? The rest of the year, coming off the tail end of eclipse season, it feels like not even a new chapter is being written. It feels like an entirely new book is being written. It feels like there's an abrupt ending happening in all of our lives and a very stark contrast of a new beginning coming in. So let's get into the energetics. We're going to talk about the energetics of October through the rest of the year, how to work with this energy, and how to flow with it so you can step into this new beginning that your destiny has coming in for you. So you can step into your own highest timeline. So you can take advantage of this. Because here's the thing with energetics and with alchemy and transformation and astrology. The world's going to keep moving. The energy is going to keep doing what the energy is going to do. But it is up to the human being who has free will to choose if they are going to align with that energy and roll forward, roll with the punches, if you will, to move forward in their lives in accordance with their blueprint, in accordance with what is best for them, in accordance with what they desire, right? So it's almost like your soul, your higher self, knows that this is what's next for you, but the free will that the human has, the human can choose to react out of ego, to grip, to hold on to things that no longer serve, to hold on to patterns, to hold on to addictions, right? To hold on to reactions. And the soul knows where it's going. If you're listening to this right now, your soul is like, yes, I know where it's going, where I'm going. But when we get tripped up is when the ego comes in, when the mind comes in and tries to control, tries to stay where it's safe. And we have free will. So, yes, I'm going to talk about the energy available to you today. But it is up to you, it is up to the human with what you may do with it, with how you choose to react to it and to align with it or not to. I want to make this clear because, and I've fell in this trap before too, because sometimes we think, oh, the energy is available for a new timeline. Oh, there's a new beginning coming in. Oh, this is the astrology. So I can just sit back and I can keep acting the way I've always acted. I can keep giving in to my ego's wants, my ego's needs. the lower frequency things that I might like to do, desire, right? And I'll still be taken care of. I'll still get this new beginning. And that couldn't be further from the truth. You need to meet the universe halfway. You need to be in alignment with your soul in order to ride this wave. You must be willing to let go of the things that no longer serve you, of the habits, of the patterns, of the addictions, of the people you might be surrounding yourself with, the thoughts maybe you regurgitate in your mind. So I want to make that very clear before we get started here today. To know that yes, this quantum leap, this new beginning, this new life, it is available for all. But it is up to you, what you choose to do with this energy, what you choose to do with your life, how you choose to align, how you choose to act, okay? We are magicians. And magicians have the ability to transform like that. But the magician cannot transform. The magician cannot change its reality by sitting back, by taking the passive approach. The magician is very intertwined and very present to its reality and to its actions and to its thought and to its presence. Okay? Okay, so I'm actually drinking a poppy during today's podcast because I was craving coffee, so I'm just gonna have a sip of that right now. Okay. So October's almost done, but October is important to talk about because it's bringing in a different energy of embodiment. Okay? So September, the eclipses did what they had to do to place you to where you were meant to be. For you to kind of see where your life is trying to take you, where the universe is trying to take you, where your higher self is trying to take you, where your destiny is trying to take you. But we're not quite there yet, right? And we feel like we are starting to walk in this new path. Maybe things are starting to change for you, change for us. But we're not quite that new version of ourselves yet, right? It's like we have one foot in the new door and we have a little bit of our body still left in the old door. And maybe we don't feel exactly how we want to feel yet, right? It's like we're close. Like close but no cigar, right? Like we're close, but we're not quite there yet. We might have this vision for ourselves. We might have this dream for ourselves, and we can feel like we're getting close to it. But it hasn't quite materialized yet. And here is the key between now and the rest of the year. Especially started to feel this coming in October. It is the embodiment of this version of you that has that thing. There is almost a certain level of delulu, a delusion that has to happen here, where you show up to your day, to your life, every single day, as if you already have that thing, as if you're already living that life. How would that version of you wake up? How would that version of you feel every day? It's embodying that you are living that life, that you have that thing, that you are that version of you now. We can no longer wait for our reality to reflect back to us what we want before we become. We must become first. And no more thinking about it. No more journaling about it. No more like, oh, Yeah, I always tend to think of the glass half empty. I always tend to be a little negative. I always tend to like wake up in the morning and not really be excited to start my day. So I'm gonna wait for my life to change. I'm gonna wait for my life to give me something to be excited about before I start waking up every day excited. If you are going about life that way still, you're not gonna ever wake up excited because the universe is never gonna, your life is never going to give you something to be excited about because that's the energy you're putting into it. So instead, wake up every day and choose, as the creator of your reality, to be excited every day. Even if it's for the smallest thing. Be excited to drink your morning coffee. Be excited that the sun is shining. Be excited that you have air in your lungs to breathe. Okay? So whatever feeling you want to start feeling every day, find a way to feel it now. And have gratitude for where you are, here and now, before you can catapult to the next thing. So that's lesson number 2 here. Gratitude for where you are now. Gratitude for how far you've come. You cannot get to level 2 until you are grateful for level 1. And going back to the embodiment part, because something else is coming through here with that. Getting out of the mind. Your mind is tied to your ego. Remember I said at the beginning of this, your ego might try to trip you up. Your ego might try to keep you where you are safe, where you are small, what is known, right? Your ego might try to hold on to the patterns, to the habits, to the addictions. Get out of your mind. Your mind is not running the show here. If you are going to ride this train into a brand new reality that is coming in, it is coming in for everybody. This is the energy available for everybody right now. If you're going to take advantage of that, you need to get out of your mind, because your mind is going to trip you up. Your mind is going to be like, how? Prove it. Well, remember this time this happened to me, and and it's going to start forecasting. It's going to start getting worried and projecting fears into the future. Get out of the mind. That's why the embodiment part is so important. Embodying the version of you and just doing things like move your body. Like working out right now is so important. Going for walks. I'll use myself as an example again. I wasn't like tripping myself up earlier, but I felt really heady today. Just like in my head a lot. And I knew I wanted to sit down and record this, and I'm not going to record from my head, right? That's the opposite of what I am here to do. I went for a long walk, and then whoosh, after this long walk, I was like, wow, there she is. There I am. I'm back. I could feel my heart again. I could feel my soul again. I could feel like who I am again. And that's important to note, because we're humans. We're going to get stuck in our heads sometimes. We're going to have heady days. So what is it for you that brings you back to your center? That brings you back to who you are? That brings you back to your truth? That brings you back to your soul? For me today, it was a walk. For me today, it was looking up at the sky. At the blue sky with no clouds. It was gorgeous. Like, wow, thank you. So presence is key right now as well. I always tell my clients this. If you are trying to change a pattern, you need to be present with yourself, and you need to be present with your life. You cannot change a pattern rushing through life, trailblazing, doing this, and this, and oh my God, I gotta do this next, and I gotta go, and rushing to the next thing, and rushing to the next thing. You have to be present enough to notice when you're about to act out of the pattern you're trying to change, and you be like, okay, no, in this moment, I choose differently. And then, what else is very important? any kind of transformation. And I feel like I almost feel like I'm like giving like a transformation 101 right now, reality creation 101, but like not really, but kind of. Because that's really like, that's the school we're all in right now almost. Like that is, I've been working with this for a long time. I've been doing reality creation and transformation for a long time. It's literally what I help clients with. But it feels, it's way more widespread in this moment. And it's like, almost like the energy is opened up. Like, come one, come all. Everybody is available. Everybody can take advantage of this right now. And it's almost like everyone's reality is like showing them that. And that's why it's really important for you to be aware how to work with it. Okay. So, presence. Be present. Okay. So, as we continue on throughout the year, right? Right now, 2025, we're closing out a 9-year in numerology. 2 plus 2 equals 4 plus 5 equals 9. 9 is a number of endings. 2025 is a year of endings. It's almost like, stop, you can't go this way anymore. 2026 is a 1 year. New beginnings for all. And that's why I said it's almost like everybody is tuned in to the death and rebirth cycle right now. Not just certain people. Like it's a collective death and rebirth that we're going through. So yes, we'll see that on the world stage, but we're also really going to see it massively in everybody's lives. And that's why this message wants to come through so strongly right now. Because we only have a couple months left of the year. We only have a couple months left of the ending. And you need to make sure that you allow certain things in your life to end. Because you will not be able to take advantage of this new rebirth energy that's going to come in next year if you don't harness the death right now. If you don't harness truly letting that, what it is. We all have our things. We all have our things that we know we shouldn't be doing, that we know hold us back. The ways that we act, the ways that we think, even maybe it's an emotion. We all know. And if you don't consciously know, you subconsciously know. Your soul knows, right? We all have those things. Don't pretend like you don't. I know I do. And I know exactly what it is for me, and I'm actively working on it right now. And I've got to say, ever since I've been like stopping these things, I'm like, I feel incredible and amazing. So take advantage of that energy. We are about to enter Scorpio season. We actually, by the time this comes out, it might already be Scorpio season. Probably will be Scorpio season by the time it's come out. But either way, we're entering Scorpio season. What is Scorpio season? Coincides with Halloween, spooky season. What is Scorpio? Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth. Wow, isn't that perfectly in alignment with what I just said to use the energy for us this year? So, this is quite literally the season to allow the old parts of you to die. Stop holding on to what you know is dead and gone. Stop holding on to what you know is holding you back. Alchemize it into your purpose, into your gold. So, obviously, I always talk about it on here, but my favorite way to support a death and rebirth like this and to alchemize the stuff within us that we know needs to be transformed and alchemized is breath work. The embodiment breath work that I facilitate, right? Embodiment breath work. What are we talking about? Embodiment. We're talking about bringing it back into the body and getting out of the mind and alchemizing and letting things go. It's exactly what this breathwork that I lead does. So this is a really powerful time. If you already do not incorporate a practice like this in your practice, to incorporate it. Okay? Or whatever your thing is. Maybe you have a thing. Okay, great. But just like, let's double down on that right now. Going into this Scorpio season, committing yourself to allow yourself to become bare of all the bullshit, of all the ego's needs and wants, of all the lower frequency addictions, habits, of the people, the thought patterns, of the emotions. You can come out on the other side of this Scorpio season ready for the rebirth. You might be reborn, or you might be like crowning. And then the rest of the year is when we'll start to feel a little more, I feel like not circulation, but a little more movement towards the things, right? We are going to have more drive towards the things, towards the dreams, towards the reality, towards whatever it is for you, right? We're going to have more motivation for it. But right now is the death. Right now is when you should be going a little slower in life. Right now is when you should be focused more inwards rather than outwards. The outwards time will come after this season is over, after Scorpio season is over. Allow yourself to be inwards. Maybe we don't go out as much. Maybe we don't socialize as much. Maybe we spend more nights at home doing our breath work. Maybe we hire the coach for support. Maybe we start doing the rituals more, okay? That is what right now is for. So, if you would like support in this, whether that's with a one-off breathwork session, link down below. You can book a breathwork session with me to help with that. But if you really desire support where I am right there with you, your right-hand woman in your transformation, your right-hand woman in your death and rebirth process right now, your right-hand woman in making sure you really take advantage of this and position yourself to create this new reality, book a complimentary call with me about one-on-one mentorship. That is the deepest way and the most intimate way to work with me, and the most powerful way, and the way that you can secure your new timeline will be birth. You can just lock it and secure it 100%. Because I'm going to hold you accountable, and I am not going to let you fall backwards. I'm going to hold you to a certain standard. I'm going to give you the rituals. I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to give you the practices. I'm going to alchemize it with you. So those are 2 ways to work with me right now that will be really supportive in this time that we find ourselves in. Let me know what comes up for you. What are the things that you need to release right now? I'm so curious. Reach out to me on Instagram. You write a comment on here. We're all in this together. And don't feel like you're alone. So reach out for any support. I'm here for you. I love you. I'll see you on the next episode.